extended to half an hour. Yeah. And very diverse, became very diversified subject. Anything to it. Huh? That is secure. Okay.
Going up the road to Erice.
So you applied to get the deposit? I refinanced my house. Okay, so finance. I just thought I'd get enough moving because I can't find one, so I fixed up the other house real nice. Painted it, fixed it. Well, when? Just a few years ago. Like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So good. City of Science.
You can look up here toward the castle. So this is, I believe Erice was supposed to be the son of Venus and Neptune, and this tells us all about it, I believe. Going up to the top of the castle. Wow.
Did you go up yesterday?
No,
In the view there, probably is good too. You have to go over there. Let's take a look. So that must be the 12th century. Okay, so in recording now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so beautiful. A nice wind and nice and cool. Much cooler than down next to the water where it was quite humid yesterday. How science has replaced religion. This used to be a monastery.
Was it?
Detail on the columns and things like that. There were reasons for everything. They didn't just say, gee, this looks aesthetically nice, let's do this. But every little thing had a meaning. How many steps going up, the whole bit. and the place, you know, the way it faced, you know, with the
Yeah,
sun setting and, you know, everything.
See those snails? Yeah. There are quite a few of them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a symbiote. See, right along the columns.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you had
that's
the
right.
green plant.
There's the green plant.
Here we are at the Great Temple with all different kinds of foliage.
And see the seeds here?
Yeah.
Birds don't seem to eat them. They sort of look like sunflowers, but they aren't. They seem to be so similar shape to sunflowers, but they aren't.
Let's see, hold it again. See if I can get it. Oh, there. That's good. That's interesting.
Do a close-up of these little weeds here too. These funny weeds. Look, these exotic weeds. They have snails on them too. Oh, they have snails. Look, see the snail?
Yes. It's hard to tell if they're going to destroy the plant or...
Hey.
Here, it's a nice amphitheater. A little bit old. But, in fact, they may have Greek plays up there at one time too.
We're having,
Yeah.
I thought we were having the seminars up there.
Yeah, yeah. We'll still have plays up there in the summer. Now, if you want to take a trip up there, we stay another hour. There are two ways to get up there. One is by the government bus, because you cannot drive up here. Our buses cannot go up. Cars can't go up. The government owns this property, you ride their bus, or you walk. That's the other way to get up there, use the legs. So, the question is, one, do you want to stay another hour?
Oh.
Okay.
I wonder if they, I guess they destroy the plants, do you think?
I would imagine so.
84,000.
I mean, it's surrounded by it. They're
84.
See the rooms in the temple?
From what I've studied in Mayan ruins and things like that, that's what they look like. That's usually what's left.
Right.
And this would be the source of material for the medieval temple, so to speak.
Yes.
Hmm.
You mean you think that those were the older ruins? No.
Maybe never placed.
So, Jill, how would you like to have to compete with the scenery here?
They said it was... The other.
So this is the view, this is the actor's view, Jill. This is how the actors saw it all, see? I think they have plays here in the summertime, too. So, Jill, what do you think this is for? This little...
Probably where the actors came out.
Right, this may be where they did their costumes. Yeah,
Where Sylvia would do her
right,
changing.
right. Now that's the road to Palermo. Now Lee Ross says that when he was here in '81, this castle hadn't been excavated.
Had a nice swim, and the water was just as warm as a bathtub. And it was just like, that reminded me of the Caribbean. It was lovely clear water, and it was nice and warm, and it was sort of azure blue.
That's great. Had a wonderful day. Yes.
Water's so crystal clear.
Uh-huh.
Warm like a bathtub. We've got this lovely mountain in the background that usually follows us wherever we go.
Mm-hmm.
We get a clear shot of that way out in the water.
Mm-hmm. Good.
The water was so clear it would have been great for snorkeling.
Right.
A lot of people visiting. The temperature is about as warm as it is in the beach right now.
Mm-hmm.
Reacher. This is the Santo Domingo Lecture Hall. This is where we have our lectures, and you can see it's a church that's been converted to a scientific lecture hall.
Gandhi has to go back to work. That's his problem. He's asked, and we of course accommodated him to bring him his lecture at this point in time. Dr. Giulio Gandhi received his degree
This is the coffee break area with a lovely view. This is where we stayed. It's on San Rocco. This is a look from our room out into the courtyard.
In the 17th century. Some parts of the old...
These stairs go back to the 12th century.
What do you think?
I think this is St. John the Baptist, right?
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. What dating back to when?
On the fourth day, in the two bas reliefs of the pedestal, there are the saints' martyrdom in a boiling cauldron and a praying human figure genuflected. 18th century unknown sculpture, also of great value. Finally, there is a beautiful chalice in a thurible with an incense boat belonging to Saltino, 1811. There is St. John the Baptist by Antonello Gagni in 1520. Now, is that it?
Well, am I here? The Spanish what?
Spanata.
Would you read it, Joe?
The letters Ain, Beth, and Phi of the Punic alphabet can be often seen carved on some squared blocks of the Carthaginian period, superimposed on the ones already walled up by the Sicilian Milesians in the 8th century BC. There are different opinions about the presence of these signs, to which is also attributed to the symbolic meaning. A scholar of Semitic civilizations has recently pointed out that these letters in the Semitic languages sometimes have a particular meaning. Interpretation of these three letters that could contain the following warning. These walls have eyes to detect the enemies, a mouth to eat them, that is to say, to defeat them should they attack our town, and they are a safe home for our inhabitants.
Mm-hmm.
So what century are we talking about?
This is the German coach of the rest of the world. This is a contest between the rest of the world, which has the white T-shirts, and the colored T-shirts is Germany, is Italy and Greece. Italy and Greece against the rest of the world.
Kick the ball, I say. I said kick the...
Everyone is like, wow.
What? We can use the hands on our side. Huh? Attack!
All right, David.
Huh? All right, there you go. Do it.
Okay, come on.
All right, guys.
Kick the ball. Kick the ball. Kick the ball. Way in.
So this is a piece of a column, 4 meters high, and has a diameters of 3 meters and 90 almost. Okay, and this is the way how they make the incision around the drum. This is a drum, and this is the drum of the column. Okay, so this, I don't know if some of you were the material used to make the incision. Okay. Once they were arrived, we tried.
These were made. Yes, and these were made. These columns were made from limestone. That's why they're so porous. And here is an olive grove here. Close-up of some of the olives. Yes. Here's some almonds.
Not right yet, but.
Right.
They wanted the way to the Sea of the North. They wanted the way to the sea where is Castellammare del Golfo now. It was controlled by Segesta. So they became 12 columns, just the 13th you cannot see. But once there were 15 columns, okay, in the front. They were restored in 1919. And because of this, the restoration is not so good as the other one that we are going to see in the other part of the archaeological park, and that it was made in 1948. Anyway, the theories of the people who restore temples says that you have to see what is new from what is ancient. So the part that you see on with the red part are obviously, you have to notice the difference between them. So from this part you cannot see very well, but if you go, when we can do, and these two ones, there is another one D, this is called C, and there is another one called D that is completely destroyed and we cannot see, just ruins. These all 4 temples were Doric, and they were built in the 5th century before Christ, 480, from 480 until 409, when they were won from Segesta, okay? They built this temple, because first of all, because maybe they were so rich that they could build these other temples. Instead, the other 3 that are outside the Acropolis were built before. And the second reason is because they cannot go out so often to go to the other temples because there were so many battles from 480 until the 409. So they prefer to build their temple here and to go to pray here. Okay. So you see this typical, all the temples here in Selinute are peripteron. It means that are the columns all around the gods of the statues, and here we call it opistodomus. Here is where the sacrifice animals, usually cows and something like that. Okay. So I said a few minutes ago that we know that it's Doric because of the capital, that is this part. Is made from the abacus, this is the rectangular part, and from the echinus, that is the round part. Okay? Because of the roundness of this part of the echinus, we know that it's Doric. Okay? The three principal styles of capital are Ionic comes later, the style later. Okay? So this is the crepidoma that we call stilobata in Italian. Crepidoma are the stairs, just these three big stairs that we climb. The wild spirits, the bad spirit goes away from you. So they thought that if you were ill, or you have some disease, or if you just think that something goes bad with you, you should have come here, and this god will put your bad spirits away from you. Okay? And so they stayed and even slept here to put their wild spirit, their bad spirits go away from you. Okay? Nearby this temple, there is another one. There was another one. There is another one temple that we call D. Okay, and yes, this one. No, yes.
Piece was on top before, right? And here's some of the cross pieces that fell down.
I don't know. That's the name of this god. And they sacrificed the child to them. Okay? I don't know if you see. That is nearby. We have some stone with something written on it. Yes. But now there is an island near Marsala that is called Mozia, and as a necropoli that is called Tophet because of this ceremony about children. But now some of the archaeologists think that there were only children that were ill in some way, that born were the Phoenicians. So always say that they do this cruel rites about killing children, burning child, okay? But now there is some other new theory that say that maybe it was not just because of thanksgiving to the gods, burning these children, but just because the children were ill and they couldn't live. So they just killed and they burned, and they died in a natural way. Okay, after dying, they just burned them.
Doesn't tell me where he is. Who is he?
Because of the mythos. Column and the capital. After the capital there is the mountaintop, as you say, this rectangular part that goes round. Sometimes in some squared part of the temple. These were, some of them were for the transportation, needs for the transportation, because they put one square axis between one and another drums, and then roll them until here, okay? For this small one, because we are talking, here we are in the temple F, okay? That is the most damaged temple, because a lot of people stole so many things from this temple, okay? And we don't know nothing about this F temple. We just know that there were columns, 34 columns, and without one column and another there were some walls, and in the walls there were painted these square holes that you see. Even the other drums they need of this square or another. They put some wooden squares, and they put that was higher than they put the other drum above, over, sorry, okay?
Yeah, to do it over, but
yes, yes, over, okay, to do all the columns, yes. Okay, sometimes in the temple, we are going now to temple G, and in 430 and 29 was still unfinished. So after 121 years was still unfinished. And until 409 by this temple. So it was very huge. As a length of 113 meters. Okay? As a length was 113 meters.